That is why I can tell you today that the decision made by our forces in Mezam, banning yellow color taxis and instituting the blue and white color for Ambazonian taxis, has become an Ambazonian national liberation law that every state in Ambazonia must institute. Every taxi from Victoria right up to Ndop must eliminate the yellow color and adopt the Ambazonian color, not only as a mark of defiance and rejection of colonialism, but as a mark of solidarity to all those who've gone before us, to all those who've lost their liberty because of the struggle for Ambazonian freedom. I can also tell you today that car registrations, called categories, all drivers must stop paying these huge sums to the treasury of the enemy. Windscreen license, called vignette, are also banned. We don't want to find any car with a windscreen license. You must reject it as an act of defiance. The roadworthy, or what they call visit technique, that you pay must be rejected. The parking fee must also be rejected. The patent and transport licenses are all banned in Ambazonia. In this time of resistance, we must reject any coercion by the colonial authorities and make sure that all of our acts constitute and are seen as our own contribution to the national resistance against Cameroon for the interests of our prisoners, our IDPs, our refugees, and others who've lost their lives. My fellow people, the cost of acquiescence to tyranny and oppression far outweighs the cost of resistance. Beginning tomorrow, the colors in Ambazonia have to change. We are asking all of our people to embrace these acts of resistance. We are asking all of our taxi drivers to reject Cameroon and make a pledge of allegiance to Ambazonia. Cameroon is no longer coming back. All the noise by the colonial SDO will be shown of its emptiness in the coming weeks. It is not a struggle between the order of a colonial SDO who oversees the dispossession in Ambazonia with the orders of the Ambazonian people. As I have said, it is not a question between Cameroon and Ambazonia. It is not an act simply between our forces and the colonial occupation forces. It is an act of resistance which we must accept at this state to free our homeland from the tyranny of the oppressor. My fellow people, we will be taking other measures in the months ahead. I will be announcing other measures that will ensure Ambazonia's independence, delineation of its borders and practices that shows us internationally as an independent state. We will be taking measures that will impose a cost, even at the moral level, against any individual, groups of individuals and states that continue to sell arms, to fund, to channel resources to Cameroon, to continue with its barbarism and torment of the Ambazonian people and even the Cameroonian people. The world must make a conscious choice today to choose between freedom and tyranny, between peace and injustice, and occupation and oppression. It's not a difficult decision to make. My fellow people, This is the turning point as we escalate. We want to remind each of you, collaboration with Cameroon is treason. Consciously or unconsciously facilitating and enabling their activities in Ambazonia, knowing the cost on our people, knowing the price people in jail pay, knowing the price families have paid with the loss of their loved ones. It's unacceptable. All Ambazonians must take a stand for our country. All Ambazonians must take a stand for our people. Lastly, I talked last time about the residence obligation law. The relevant departments are yet to set the institutions of implementation, and I'll allow them to do that, and we'll move forward. It's taken into effect in the next few months. I will be able to explain that to you. We'll direct our forces on implementation. All Cameroonians will live by the rules instituted in Ambazonia, or will show them the door. We have said repeatedly, the lack of protest, the lack of solidarity by the Cameroonian people, their complicity with the regime of terror and genocide has compelled us to revisit our hospitality since the period of the Makiza, and we will institute policies to remind them that if you continue to stay silent, you provide support to the enemy that carries genocide in our land. If you continue to take part in the dispossession of Ambazonians of their land and their opportunities in employment and resources, you are guilty of collaboration and enabling a system of dispossession. Our people must remain steadfast in the face of this escalation. We must be bonded together. We must speak truth to power. We must show solidarity with our people. We must calculate the cost of acquiescence, and we must all take a stand to end the nightmare that entered our territory on the 1st of October, 1961. This is a generation of defiance. This is a generation that has decided not to transfer the cost to the next generation. This is the generation that has decided to lay the foundation for economic prosperity for Ambazonia. This is the generation that is working on the economic foundation of our new state, the educational foundation of our new state, the political foundation of a free and independent Ambazonia that will embrace tolerance and compromise, pluralism, to ensure every Ambazonian, the sprinters, the marathonists, the crippled, the blind, the dumb, the deaf, have equal opportunity protected by the law. God bless you all.